Welcome to episode 70 of the Girl About the Globe podcast. For this episode, I'm going to be inspiring you to try something a little bit different when you travel. If you've never travelled solo before, then taking an activity holiday could be just for you. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Girl About the Globe, a podcast for you, the solo female traveller, empowering women to travel solo with maximum adventure, minimum impact.
If you've never travelled solo before, then a good way of gaining the courage to do it is to book a holiday doing something that you really love. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to cook French cuisine or dance Cuban salsa, or maybe you've got an event to go to such as a wedding and you really want to get into shape before you go to the wedding. You might even want to learn a new skill. What better way than to go away with a group of other people who are all learning the same skill as well? It's also easy because someone arranges everything for you. So all you need to do is just take a flight and turn up, and then you've got your activity waiting for you then. So if you've never travelled solo before and you want a little bit more confidence, then this episode's going to give you a few ideas of different ways that you can travel. Or if you have travelled solo before, but you're looking for a bit of a unique experience to give your trip that added edge, then I hope that this is going to help you as well. You can do boot camps in different places in the world. If you've ever wanted to come back from a trip slimmer and fitter than when you left, then it's a good idea to take a fitness holiday. You can get fit in places like Marrakesh, Thailand, Costa Rica, or if you're feeling really adventurous, depending on your fitness levels, you could also climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I've also done something similar in the past. I trekked the Sahara Desert for charity, and I also hiked the Great Wall of China. It was a great way of getting fit, seeing a different part of the world, and raising money at the same time. If you're really fit, you might want to consider the Bear Grylls Survival Academy. It's not for everybody and it's not something I would do, even though I absolutely love the programme SAS. But if spending 5 days in Scotland, Bear Grylls style is on your bucket list, then it's a really good opportunity. Not only do you learn life-saving survival skills, but you also learn how to become an effective team member. One that I would definitely do, because I love dancing, is go on a dancing holiday. I've salsa'd in Cuba, and for me it's the perfect holiday. So learning to dance and visit a new country at the same time. Whether you want to go and do salsa in Cuba, you can jive in Austria or even tango in Granada in Spain if you can't make it all the way to Argentina. There are all different types of dancing you can do in different places around the world. So if you want to go on holiday and learn to dance and meet other women who love to dance too, and you also obviously get fit, it's a winning combination, I think. I've tried yoga trekking in the past, which is a good combination of yoga and trekking, and I explored the Himalayas on a trip to Nepal. You don't have to go all the way to the top of Everest, as you can find one-day yoga tools for those on a tighter schedule. Qigong retreats. If you haven't heard of it, Qigong, it's an ancient healing art which uses gentle movements to change and increase your energy levels. If you've ever been to China, you've probably seen people in the park doing Qigong. And after spending 3 days at a Qigong retreat in Italy, I honestly left feeling calmer, happier, and just rejuvenated. So if you want something a bit different to the ever-increasing yoga retreats and also Pilates retreats, then I definitely recommend Qigong. As I just mentioned, there are Pilates retreat. You can do Pilates holidays in Italy. You can choose in various places such as Tuscany, Sicily, or the Amalfi Coast. If you're new to Pilates, you can also do beginner retreats as well. Sometimes there's no single supplement, so you can also learn how to cook Italian style when you're there and sample some Italian wine and get the full Italian experience while you're on your Pilates adventure. This one is extremely extreme and it's not one that I would do. It isn't for everybody. If you don't like bad weather, then it's definitely not for you. But if you like tornadoes, you could do an extreme tornado tour. It's a unique opportunity to accompany a veteran storm chaser and get close to some of the most powerful forces of Mother Nature. The tours last between a week and 10 days, and you get a t-shirt at the end to prove that you've survived. Not on my bucket list. The next one's also not on my bucket list. Fly in a fighter jet. They're so loud, but if you've ever wanted to fly in one, you can now make your dreams come true, even if you've never flown in any type of plane before. But you really do need to be adventurous to do that. And you need to be prepared to hold on tight because apparently they perform loop maneuvers with your flight instructor guiding you on the way. They operate fighter jet flights in Europe, Asia, and the USA. Or you can do something a little bit less adventurous and kayak down the Nile instead. So instead of sailing down it in a felucca, which is what everyone does, just kayak down it. There's a company called Kayak the Nile, and they offer whitewater rafting as well as kayaking along some of the Nile, which is the world's longest river. You can also do it on a full-day trip in Uganda as well. So they've got flat water kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding if you prefer just to experience the milder side of the water. If you're really into culture and you're a little bit arty, then maybe you can see the world and paint as you go. You could go on an art safari, which is a unique concept with painting tours all over the world. So you could paint the amazing blue skies in Crete, for example, the skyline in New York, or even a butterfly or a bear if you see one in Slovenia. They've also got UK workshops to practice your watercolours or sketching. A company that I work quite closely with is Singing Holidays and Retreats. I can't sing, so this wouldn't be for me, but you can sing your way on holiday on a singing retreat and learn how to sing in different stunning locations. So they do it in Barbados, New York, and also the UK. Not only will you find yourself empowered, but you'll also have fun and meet people all with the same interest as you. The retreats are for people of all levels, so it doesn't matter if you're a beginner. On location tours, it isn't really cultural, it's more of a celebrity tour, but if you've ever wanted to see the city locations of your favourite American television series, then maybe one of these tours could be right up your celebrity street. From The Real Housewives of New York City to Sex and the City, you can experience Boston or the Big Apple through the eyes of a TV star. If you're a foodie, and of course food is such an important part of travelling the world, sampling different cuisine, whether it's accompanied by a good wine from that region or just local street food. Every country has their own food to offer. There's a company called Trip Feast, which was born with the aim of helping you discover and learn the secrets of the world's best cuisines. They offer culinary tours to some of the world's tastiest destinations, which includes India, the Philippines, Malaysia and Morocco. Or you can learn to cook, so you can learn to cook French food style. There's a school called Gascony Cookery School, and they offer a bit of a cooking holiday with a difference. They're located in Malt, which is a historical quaint village, and you learn how to cook dishes in a classic French style, whether you're an absolute beginner or a master chef and you just want to add French cuisine to your bow. Also, Italy is obviously a very good country for eating, and pizza, pasta and great coffee combine with the Italy trip. So where better to go on a cooking holiday than Italy? They have cooking holidays here, and it's called Flavours Holidays. They have no single supplement, and each group is quite a small size. You can read stories from others to help make your mind up. The courses are normally from 4 days to a week, and they're in regions such as Tuscany, Sicily, the Amalfi Coast, and the beautifully classic Venice. There's also another site called Culinary Vacations. They have cooking holidays all over the world. So as well as Italy, you can also find Vietnam, USA, Spain and France. It's a bit like a mini TripAdvisor. It works as a search engine for cooking holidays, and it lists reviews to help you decide what trip to take. If you prefer drink to food, you could do a Scotland malt whisky trail tour. It's named as the only malt whisky trail in the world, and these unique experiences will take you on a journey through Scottish distilleries to the home of Glenfiddich, for example. It's a whisky lover's dream. I've personally been to Scotland and I can vouch for the whisky there, especially the honey whisky. If you like wildlife, and who doesn't, you could become a game ranger in Africa. If you've ever fancied yourself as being a bit of a game ranger, then you could do that on your holidays. You can do it on an intense 2-week program. You gain an introduction into the wildlife in the Kruger area in Africa, and you cover topics such as ecology, tracking, and wildlife behaviour. Tiger tours. Tigers are known as the national symbol of India, and they're now vulnerable to extinction, unfortunately. But taking a tiger tour is a responsible way of seeing these amazing cats in the wild, and it's an ethical alternative to tiger temples, who are known to drug the cats, so please avoid any tiger temples. Responsible Travel lists a number of tiger tours in India, as well as the Tiger Safari Guide, to answer all of your questions about tiger spotting if that is something that you want to do. There is a company called Wildlife Holidays, and they have won a number of awards for their holidays. They only work with local operators and guides for wildlife viewing in countries from Africa to Alaska. They offer small group travel with fixed departures. If history is more your thing, you could go with Battlefield Tours. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you're interested in war history, Lego Holidays offer battlefield tours to the D-Day landings in Normandy, the Waterloo battlefields and Menin Gates, plus more. Their style is more of a coach holiday with accommodation and breakfast included, and their package starts from 4 days. Or you could take a holiday in a historic building. The Landmark Trust in the UK offers short breaks in restored historical buildings. You can stay for a few nights in a castle in Wales, or the Duke of Windsor's former residence in France, a historical gem in Belgium, and you'll find historic buildings throughout the UK and Europe. This one is more up my street. It's humanitarian. They're called Relief Riders International, and I love the concept of this company. If you want to combine your holiday with humanitarian work, Relief Riders gives you the opportunity to ride horseback through remote areas while providing humanitarian aid to local people. You can join relief rides in the Andes, the Amazon, Pushkar and Rajasthan. Then if you want to stay somewhere a little bit different, you could stay in a pod hotel or pod hostel. They're cool, funky and unique. I think they originated from Japan, but you can find them now in different parts of the world. I've stayed in a pod room in Edinburgh in a hostel, and different hostels do have this concept now. Obviously, for any of these experiences, then you would just need to check the website and make sure that they're still operating because of ongoing travel restrictions in different places. I hope that this has given you a bit more inspiration about what kind of holidays you can do and how you can meet like-minded people when you travel. You don't just have to travel to a city for a week and be completely by yourself sightseeing. You could go and you can learn how to paint, dance, cook. So it makes it a lot more interesting as well. And I will see you next week.
Thanks for listening to our Girl About the Globe podcast, making solo travel easier for you. Find everything that you need for your solo travels at girlabouttheglobe.com, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode.